Have you ever been told that disclosure is a critical step in healing after betrayal, only to walk through it and feel way worse? Maybe you were promised that telling or hearing the whole truth would finally bring you peace, only to find out that it opens up old wounds and can even create new wounds. Maybe there were multiple disclosures, each one adding another layer of pain. If that's you, you are not broken. The system is. I'm Elise Craft, a trauma-informed life coach and creator of the relational transparency process. Later, you'll be hearing me refer to this as RTP. And in this training, I'm going to walk you through the 5 phases that transform disclosure from a one-time event into a living, healing rhythm. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why traditional disclosure keeps couples stuck and how you can create transparency, safety, and real connection that lasts. So let's start with what everyone gets wrong, because until we name the problem, we can't transform it. So let's start with why the disclosure model is broken. Traditional disclosure is event-based. It's treated like a finish line, but betrayal recovery isn't an event. It's a regulatory process. Partners are asked to tell all or hear all when neither nervous system is rarely ready. Truth without safety equals re-traumatization. I've seen couples do disclosure after disclosure because it never lands. It doesn't stick. Each one just reopens more wounds. And that's because the process gives you information, not integration. So what if instead of doing disclosure, you learn to live transparently? That's what the relational transparency process does. It's 5 distinct phases that teach couples how to build truth, safety, and intimacy step by step. So let's get into what those 5 phases are right now. Starting with phase 1, redemption, restoring integrity. This phase is for the repairing partner, the one who acted out. Redemption is about telling the truth in a regulated, paced, and complete way. It's not just coming clean, it's coming present, it's coming whole. Here we focus on building capacity to hold shame without collapse, understanding impact before sharing details, and learning to tell the truth for the purpose of repair, not relief. For the reclaiming partner, your job right now is to observe and breathe. You don't have to manage, integrate, interrogate, or comfort. None of those things are required. Your nervous system deserves regulation, not more responsibility. If you want my help in exploring a healthier option to disclosure, there is a link below this video to book a free consultation call. So once the foundation of honesty is built, we move into the next phase, the one most couples never experience consciously. And that phase is called regulation, creating safety. This is where both partners learn the language of their own nervous system. And I'll tell you now, your languages are not going to be the same. You can't have intimacy without safety. You can't have transparency without safety. And safety doesn't come from promises. It comes from patterns. In this phase, partners learn to recognize triggers before reacting. They learn to use grounding techniques to stay online during these hard conversations. They pause when dysregulated instead of pushing through. Regulation is where healing becomes embodied. The body learns that honesty no longer equals danger, and this is such an important thing for the body to learn. When both partners can stay present with truth, we enter the heart of relational rebuilding. And that takes us to phase 3, revelation, mutual transparency. In this phase, both partners begin to share their inner worlds, thoughts, feelings, fears, and hopes, not just the story of betrayal. And this is one of the things that typical therapeutic disclosure really gets wrong. This is where each person says, here's what I'm learning about myself. Here's how I'm growing. And here's what I need from you now that I'm in this place, in this time in my life. It is vulnerable. It can be really uncomfortable, but it's where intimacy begins again. And when two people reveal without defending, their brains actually start to synchronize. Empathy circuits light up, oxytocin rises, and trust becomes biologically possible. If you are a couple who's ready to move beyond pain into genuine connection, you can schedule a private consultation call with me. The link for that is below this video. Now, once couples can share their truth safely, it's time to integrate the whole story. And this is the phase called reclamation, integrating the real relationship timeline. This is where the reclaiming partner finally gets to speak their full truth, not just about the betrayal, but about the entire relationship, the years of loneliness, the quiet neglect, the gaslighting that just permeated every aspect of the relationship, the disappointments that piled up unspoken. In Reclamation, she writes her impact and relationship timeline letter, not as an accusation, but as a true truth to reclaim herself. The repairing partner listens. No defenses, no corrections, just pure witnessing. When you witness someone in their truth, there's actually a healing that takes place just from the act of witnessing. This is the phase that ends the cycle of multiple disclosures, because when both partners can hold the whole truth, the betrayal and the history, the nervous system finally stops scanning for danger. When truth and impact have been integrated, we enter the final, most sacred phase of all. Phase 5 is reverence, sustaining transparency. Reverence is what happens when truth-telling becomes a way of life. There's no longer a process. There's a posture. Couples practice micro-transparency, small, short, daily check-ins that keep the connection alive. They notice ruptures early, they repair quickly, and they celebrate their growth often. Reverence is where love matures. It's what allows you to stop surviving betrayal and start living in truth. From a brain-based perspective, this is when the body recognizes transparency as safety and not a threat. That's when connection becomes effortless again. If you want to experience this in your own relationship and you would like my help, I want you to book a free consultation call using the link below this video. So many couples have been told that disclosure is the end-all to the healing process, but the truth is, it is just the beginning. The relational transparency process, RTP, is the missing link between truth and transformation, between trauma and trust, between information and integration. If this resonates with you, don't stop here. Watch the next video below where I expand on where the healing industry has gotten it wrong when it comes to disclosure. I'm Elise Craft, and this is how we heal relationships through truth that's safe enough to stay. I'll see you soon.